Oh, we got three in here now. Nobody's talking yet. So how's everybody been? Everybody's quiet. Don't everybody talk at once. Hey, Mr. Gordon, how you doing tonight? Five in here. Six. Seven. Eight. Hello, Ron. How you doing? So, Ron, did y'all get the hay up yet? Hello, Chris. Christopher. Cleaning out the last chicken house. How long do you go without chickens? Hello, Donald. Been doing any fishing lately? That's something I need to do, go fishing. Oh, we got 12 in here. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Nelson. Jay Essery. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but if y'all have not seen Jay Essery's channel, Richard's here. Richard's got COVID. But Jay Essery, I stumbled upon his channel 2 days ago, and I watched 3 videos, and he has got a very good channel. He needs some subscribers and some views. So yeah, Alan Tarpley's in. Tapley. I'm sorry. But I don't know what the J stands for, but Jay Essery. Donald ain't been fishing. Kind of, Jay does hay, but nothing like us. He's big scale. And if anybody's ever watched Bale's hay, this guy, Jeff, is a lot better. He's got a lot better channel. So you get to kick back for a while, Gordon. Tadai Farms. We got 14 in here now. But yeah, I look for farming channels that's a little different. And Jeff Essery's really got one. And so far I like what I see. I've got the bell rung on them, so. But I don't, how long have you been doing YouTube, Jeff? He's raking hay right now. We're a couple of hours ahead of you, I think. It's just now going dark, and I really could have, it's been wet here and didn't know really what we could do in the field, and I finally got some discing done this afternoon, not much. About a year. But everybody needs to go check out Jay Essery's channel. I think we got 13 in here. Let's give them 13 more subs if you haven't already. I like it. I had a lot of help when I got started, and I like to help people out because people help me out. And if you got a good channel, I'll help you out. Double G&L Farms. She's not on here yet, but she probably will be. That's another good channel that's don't have many subs. No problem, Jeff. Like I said, people's helped me out, and I've been fortunate on how fast my channel has grown. So making a little money, not much, more than what I said I was last 2 weeks ago, but Nelson's getting all the attention on here tonight. Unsweet tea. So, this week we've got a lot of rain. I had some videos kind of stashed back, and I'm filming about every day I can work. There's William, and so I try to make one public every 2 days, and so we had some rainy weather, so I kind of got caught up on videos, and I was able to film today, and it's a little all over the place. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but got some spraying going on, but it's not the whole video. Spraying videos don't get views. My last video I done yesterday, it has really got some good views. No. I was on the 305 today, this afternoon, for about an hour and a half. It was a little wet, but I done some disking. It was real wet this morning, but the sun come out and the wind blew, and wheat hay. Well, we're fixing to start wheat harvest for grain. Well, actually, I've never really said this except on the video today. Spraying is my favorite thing to do, even though nobody likes watching me. So yeah, I was on the sprayer for a while today, and to me that's the most peaceful job. Probably planting be next. 16 in here now. I know you do, and I try to watch everybody's videos, but this time of year I'm real busy. William, I've got a spraying video coming out tomorrow, and I want everybody's opinion. I threw the drone up. I done a little crazy editing, and it may be overkill, but I done a little bit of this on the fertilizer spreading videos, and I got some positive feedback from it, and so I just kind of went a little crazy on my drone editing this time. So y'all check that out and tell me what y'all think. Thank you, Ron. I didn't know I was that interested. I'm not like Ed. Ed can just hear him talk. I want to pay him to record a bunch of bedtime stories, and that way I can listen to them every night. And I do have a drone addiction, but yeah, Ed Goslin's got a good voice. Hello, Headings Farm. They've been putting down some hay this week, and thought they was going to blow a trailer tire out. Well, thank you, William. That's always my fear of these trailers. Where are you from, Justin? Because it started raining on me. I quit a little after 7, and it started sprinkling. Dad's been drilling beans today. I finally got him to do something besides hay. Well, wheat's just about as bad as cotton, and soybeans is getting about as bad as cotton. Sometimes I spray soybeans 4 times, or 3 times over the top, and counting then burn down. Man, I've been so busy, I've not even thought of even ordering any hats. Hopefully here pretty soon. I tried. I get a lot of phone calls and throughout the day, and it just, I don't know. I get stuff in the back of my mind. I need to make a phone call, and I never do. And when I think of it, it's after closing time. So I'll get some here pretty soon if I can think of it. Still getting some. Richard Heisinger. How are you doing? Uh, Richard made a video about having COVID this week, and I think it was starting to affect him pretty more than what he wanted to admit. But I had it, and it affected me some. I worked every day. That 1456, we used to have an 856, and we traded it for the last 1066. Well, I didn't trade it. We bought the 1066, the other 1066, and sold the 856. Daddy likes the old tractors. I like them a little bit, but uh, I'm wanting a new Magnum now after this week, but I can't afford one. Just got rain. I wonder how New Mexico would be growing hay, but I see that y'all got a lot of pivots and irrigations. Um, we're hit or miss here. We're either wet or we're dry. Usually begging for rain by this time, but if I get one, it'll be a couple years and it won't be as big as the 305. Ooh. Y'all grow any alfalfa out there? That's I think about what all I've called is wheat. Still thinking about getting into some alfalfa. Starting out small, maybe 5 acres. Just seeing how it goes and if I can grow it and uh, maybe get big. I don't know. If anybody local knows anybody wanting any round road wheat straw, I've probably have some for sale. My straw buyer, uh, my straw buyer is backed out on me, so I've only got 20 rolls sold. I'm gonna probably have about 150. So I don't know if we're gonna roll it all and see if we can sell it or what the deal is. My Collierville, I don't know where that's at. I've heard that, but I really don't know what direction that's in. But I don't know if we're just gonna bail it and try to sell it. My partner, he gets online and he's gonna try to move some up north. But anybody local looking for some straw, that's the thing. I don't know, Jeremy, what market we got. I think we can move some through the co-op, but that's, and you can always sell something online. MB Heritage Farms. I think I went to one of your lives one time and I didn't have good connection or something. But ooh, we got 20 up in here now. Oh, somebody left. So where's the two that was fighting over hay balers the last time? No one of them's here. Oh, we got 21 now. Only 7 thumbs up. Collierville is near Memphis. That's a long ways from here. But you feed your alfalfa to your dairy cows. I'm looking to sell. Are you looking to buy? Corey, you need to buy some round straw rolls for your dairy. Just joking. Talked to Corey about that the other day. But yeah, it was just a little sticky on the disc this afternoon. I wouldn't have been able to do it at all this morning. Shelby County. Is Memphis in Shelby County? Yeah, you're about 4 hours from me. But I think the rain is coming there. Now, William, you're in Lexington. Think I got that right? Yeah, Lexington ain't that far from me. 2 hours, I think. I always go, and when I go through, look, see what Golden Circle's got up on the hill. I don't know if I want to live in Memphis or not. I want to go. Last time I went to Memphis was 2 years ago to the Cotton and Gin show, or Gin and whatever it is, Farm and Gin show. And yeah, about 2 hours. And we ate at that little barbecue place underneath, down in the basement. I can't think what it's called. I won't say Rendezvous. Does that sound right? It was pretty good. But I would like to tour Graceland one time, but I think last time I looked, tickets to it was pretty high. If I'm gonna pay that much, I hope to see Elvis. So everybody's just hanging out, nobody's talking, people's leaving. So we still got several acres of soybeans to plant, and it's calling for a lot of rain this next few weeks, and it's past time to get them in, and we got to get to wheat harvest and then get them beans in. So if you've been watching me, I managed somehow to get everything done, but it's been a rough spring this year, and I've just had a lot of help and had to do things I don't usually do. I don't think they had the gin show this year because I was planning on going, and I think they called it off because of COVID. But yeah, I've never been to Louisville. They called Louisville off. I think they said Louisville will take you about 4 days to go through it. I'd really like to go. If they have Memphis this year, I'll probably go. Murphy, stop by for a second and give a thumbs up from Australia. Hello, mate. It does. This has been one of the worst springs that I've ever seen. Just things going wrong, not being able to get parts, and the weather too. We take the 5088 Monday. Monday's when we take it to the shop. So I don't know if it'll sit up there for a couple of months or. See, Ron, yeah, our co-op, they have which they have people they buy off of, but they do the square bales, the straw. I don't know about the alfalfa, but yeah, they got the trailer trucks hooked up, or not hooked up, but backed up out there, is packed full of straw. I was up there the other day, a while back, and there was a woman in a little Nissan car. Had her brand new, it looked like a brand new car, had her back seat folded down, and they were just shoving it full of straw, and I thought, brand new car. these city people. I know I'd hate to try to vacuum all that out. Mr. Kenny, how you doing? Winning calves. How many cows we have? Well, if you watch the videos, won't you count them? Because we have no idea. Probably around 90 mamas. Uh, we don't really know. We got 3 pastures, but probably 30 to 40 in each one. A lot of them are black and they all look the same. And that wasn't a joke. I mean, they all look the same, so we don't count them. Mark Miller's in here, aka Patch. So Kenny, you been getting any rain? Eddings Farm, that's another good channel. Working on the 400, I bet. Eddings Farm, that's another good channel. They got a lot of older international tractors like we run. Disappointed the other day I saw 4020 on the channel, and I started to give it a thumbs down, but I didn't. Well, it all depends on what the tax man wants to know, how many you got. When tax man asks, so you have had a bunch die. But we used to have, we got a lot of rain. But when my grandfather was living, 2 of the farms I row crop now, but we had more cows, and we used to put up a lot of hay. And feeding was, in the wintertime, was about a day's job. But when he passed away, he divided his land up between his kids, the right thing, and my 2 aunts got the other 2 cattle farms, and both of them ran cows for a couple of years, and now we just, well, I wish we didn't have rain till Friday, but then again, I never complain about rain. But we row crop the 2 cattle farms. I didn't think sweet corn got all that tall. Well, pocket high ain't that tall, but I never did get around to a garden this year. I didn't last year either. I can't grow sweet corn here at the house because the raccoons will destroy it. I had some about 12 years ago, and well, I don't ever fuss about rain. Well, I had some really nice sweet corn in. I come in one day from the field, and I said, tomorrow I'm picking it, and next morning they'd laid it all down, the raccoons had. So I'm going to shout out 2 channels today. Jeff Essery. Jay Essery is the channel's name. Eddings Farm, IP Farms, Tada Farms, those are all good channels. And we all need to support them, and I've done lost conversation here. Patch of Heaven, that's a good one. So, all right, let's get back to 5088. It's a photo bomber number 1. Photo bomber number 2's coming. But 5088, I'm gonna probably upgrade the guidance on the 8940 and take what I've got in the 8940 and put in the 5088. And so the 5088 will be more a tillage tractor, and my 89 for 5088 will be a tillage tractor, and 8940 be more of a planting tractor. But I was planning on this year with auto steer having the rows far enough away or at the right spacing to do a 12-row planter and 8-row header, and even with the auto steer, it wasn't as close as what I wanted it to be. Laurel Hill is a baby 25 minutes from me. It's in Lawrence and Lewis County, I think. My wife's grandmother lives up that way on the Buffalo River. And I done some fencing a couple years ago right next to Laurel Hill. Of course, we had our guns in the truck in case one of them big deer come out. But as far as hunting or fishing, I've never went to Laurel Hill hunting and fishing. I've got kids in here. I'm in the kitchen, figure they're trying to get snacks. Taking medicine, her head hurts. Yes. Small farm in Georgia. So, Jeff, do you ever go to Georgia when it's hot? Because I know New Mexico's not as, yeah, I'd love to retire. It's not as humid. New Mexico's not as humid as the South down here, is it? I went to Nevada back in 2003. And when we was touching down in Carson City, this was July the 5th, the pilot said 104 degrees, and I said, I ain't gonna be able to take this. I don't think I sweated the whole time I was there. It was nice, and we actually went to Lake Tahoe, and so we were up on the mountain, and it would get cool at night. I don't know, it was kind of cooler today. Usually this time of year, it's 95, 100 degrees, and last Saturday, I was on an open station cab with a hoodie on and a thick denim shirt underneath it, freezing. This weather this year is been it's not normal. I think everybody thought 2020 was a bad year. I think 2021 has told 2020 to hold their beer and watch this, because it's not only the weather, it's everything. Parts are getting hard to find. Humidity will be in tonight at midnight. We don't cool off that much at night sometimes. But here lately it's been cool, but yeah, it was cold last Saturday, wind blowing, and wishing I had a cab tractor. To do. Have to, and they're tore up. It got muggy here today, but this afternoon it kind of cooled off and felt good. Which I'm a chronic sweater. Actually, I'm a member, Jeff. I see you had the hat. I didn't know if that was the same thing or not. I don't usually get on it much. I don't usually get on Facebook much at all, anyways. But I'm more of an Instagram. No, because I didn't know it was his birthday. I'm not a big birthday person. I mean, I hate to sound like that, but once you get 21, there's really no reason to celebrate a birthday until you get about 60, and then you can start celebrating them again because it's uh, uh, another year on of your life. So Jeff, you've been on the Hey Kings podcast. I was on the Field Rose podcast uh, last spring, so I have to get. I've never didn't even know Hey Kings had a podcast, so I have to check that out. I like podcasts. Thought about starting my own, and I just saw Justin Whitley pop in here. I had a neighbor, move here from Michigan, and he moved here in July. And the biggest mistake I ever made was seeing him out in the road or out in his yard one day after he'd moved in, and I thought, well, I'll stop and introduce myself. That was a mistake. But he had his shirt off and nothing but cargo shorts on and Crocs, and it was probably 90. It wasn't 100. Crazy Dave's in the house, and so I stopped and introduced himself, and he said, "Boy, it's hot today." He said, "I don't know if I can take this or not." I said, "It's not got hot yet, man." But we never get into it. But he was a nut. He was different. He was I don't know if he was no, old enough to be a flower child, but whatever they had in the 70s, whatever they call them, and old saying goes, he was burned out and still burning. He had it, and he told me this, and you can see him when you pass his light, but at his house. But he'd cut his lights off at night, and you'd see red and blue strobe lights and stuff on, and his house. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe some Pink Floyd and some Grateful Dead, but he was out there. Biggest mistake of my life was to introduce myself to him. Yeah, it'll probably be super hot this year. But my neighbor, he moved, and an older couple moved in, and I can't ask for better neighbors. They're really a sweet couple. But, yeah, he made the guy that sold him the house sign a waiver that there was no paranormal activity before he'd buy the house. That's just crazy people. So, 100 degrees in Minnesota. I know Shane Host was talking about it going to be hot. Porch light on, nobody home. Well, yeah, he was a. Well, my house I live in is part of it's 104 years old. It's been built onto over the years, and the house I moved out of, and it's on the farm too. It's part of the farm. Before I moved in this, and it was here in 1905 when the Thomas family come to Tennessee, and I've heard some stories back of a great grandpa or somebody like that was laying in what is it? Before they had funeral homes, and you just people stayed in their house or whatever, and viewing. Stephen Smith, how you doing? Brandenburg, Kentucky. I don't know where Brandenburg's at. You're gonna have to give me a general direction. Yep. Well, I don't know if it was really awake as much as uh, that was. I gotta get called up right here. Yes, sir, Corey. I will be at church. 40 minutes south of Louisville. So I've of course, I've been to Louisville 2 or 3 times, but uh, Kentucky Kingdom. We went there a couple years ago, and I want to go back this summer, but I don't know what the rules are, and I'm not going to wear a mask unless I'm absolutely made to. If somebody invites me in their house, or I go to somebody's house and they say wear a mask, I will do it as their wish. But nobody's going to make me wear a mask in a public place. That's I don't think they're effective. You talking about my plants I got out and behind the barn? Thank you, Stephen. Richard's still here. No, the 305 is a friend's, and no, I'm not going to trade. Hopefully, parts for mine will come in soon. I don't think I'll get to use any this spring. The 5088 it's not going to get used this spring because uh, it's it's too late in the game, and hopefully we're at the 10-yard line with this planting and stuff. Uh, the rain's what's really got me worried is getting it in by deadlines because uh, you have to have it in your crops in by a certain deadline for crop insurance, and plus the later you get soybeans in, the the it seems like they don't do as good. And I'm wanting to. I said the 5088 is going to be a tillage tractor, but next spring I want to have it hooked to the grain drill. And after I plant a few acres of corn, get Craig or Dad or somebody start planting beans while I'm planting corn. Leighton or Leighton, I don't know how you pronounce that, is in the house. We have a guy that hauls our grain for us, and his name is, we call him Leighton. But there's a town south of here in Alabama, it's spelled the same way, and it's called Leighton. Yep, on Leighton or Leighton. Is it Lay? Well, just I want to get the soybeans in earlier because I think there's been more um, genetics and everything where earlier soybeans does better uh, late. And I'm glad we got that cleared up. Um, but the only thing about that is it's going to throw me for a loop trying to spray corn and soybeans at the same time because you can't spray them with the same thing. Uh, I've been spraying. Tomorrow will be a video out. I've been spraying corn over the top of corn, and actually be a full video tomorrow dedicated to that, and then I've not got it edited or anything, but I did got some corn spraying today on a video with some other stuff, and that should be out Tuesday. And me and Dad kind of drove around this morning. Not got hot enough yet to tell if we're going to have to replant any of what's up, but I'll probably do an update on that. Okay, Igor, I've not got 656 done. Yeah, I am. I wish you'd recognize it in one of your videos. It was donated by Pull Farms in Brandenburg, Kentucky. What are you talking about, Stephen? I missed something here. All right, you'll have to. Uh, Sorry about the bad connections. Yeah, if I have to next year, I can plant with. Yeah, that was bad about Chet Larson's wife, Nikki, passing away. Uh, but the 5088 will be my planting tractor backup. It used to be, and I don't know how many people knows the whole story on that. We took it in for a clutch replacement, and they tore it down and said it was going to cost more to fix it than it was going to be like 20,000. So we've been looking for transmission for 3 years. I finally found one last year, and we've had it sitting in our shop waiting for it to get put in. And that tractor is actually redone that tractor myself. It's kind of wasted sitting out there outside this whole time, but it was a pretty tractor when I got it done. Got 28 in here. Wow, I don't know if I've ever had that many or not. Yeah, both of Chet and Nicole, I think's pretty, pretty young. I used to watch them quite a bit, but I think this winter, which it happens with all these farming channels, it was not much going on, and I just found better channels to watch, and yeah, yesterday's video got some really good views. I've not received it yet, no. I've still got to carry some to the bank. I'm fixing to whip some kids. Karate chop. But, all right, so what else is on your minds? Not everybody talk at once. I watched a Rick Bork live stream Wednesday, and some guy was paying him $49.99 to chug 2 beers, and so for $20 I'll chug this unsweet tea here. No, it's running good. No, I don't have the combine ready to go, and that's what I'm gonna work on this week. It should be, nothing was wrong with it. Hello, David Dixon. When we parked it, it still hasn't got cleaned up, and we got to lock up the header so it's not flexing. It's a stiff header, but we'll go over the combine one rainy day this week, and uh, hopefully, uh, hopefully get her wheat out here pretty soon. Actually got a guy volunteering his 1486 to pull the grain cart. So he volunteered that, and used a funnel. Probably, if it wasn't raining, probably in the next week. I think the 15th when we started last time. And 15th of June, or maybe it was 16th of June. So, and I locked some wheat in for a pretty good price. It's looking good. So the thing about wheat is, the more after it gets dried down, the more it gets rained on, the more it gets damaged. I really like the 305. It ain't mine. And yeah, I think you can buy them at Spencer's, Justin, them funnels. I ain't been in that store in a long time, but you can make your own funnel too. Alright, you're gonna have to go somewhere else with that. Got a kid rolling a car around. Oh, it's on my nerves. We used to take them, cut a hole in them, shotgun them. We done a lot of things like that. Young, dumb, and stupid. I hear you, Justin. I hear you. Well, everybody's been quiet. Everybody's been quiet. No, if I was going to buy another tractor, I'd probably buy another 71, 72, or 89 series tractor. I really like my 89. I've not seen much of mine down. Oats gets blowed down here easy. Chasing granddaughters. Well, I'm almost. Brett's in the house. He went live earlier. I was in the shower trying to get rid of this, and sorry, Brett. You and your blue tractors. But you know what? That 110C, Donald, it's made just exactly at the same place where the blue one that size is. The only difference is the hood and the color. But, you know, New Holland New Holland owns Case now. I think the bigger tractors are different, and I don't know what the difference is in the combines now. There's another blue one. Now Matt Riggs is going to get on here, and Y'all gonna have your little Blue Pride celebration. Jeff Raymond, he's got blue. One Happy Farmer, that's another channel to check out. Well, at least it ain't green. Somebody's gonna talk about that now. Got another kid sneaking in. She's camera shy. No, we've just always had red tractors, and especially the older ones. We know how to work on them. We know what to do with them. I think the video I've got coming out tomorrow, at the very end, I'm driving by my wheat and I show it. Got them from 1955 to 89. The red ones, they'll send you bills too. I got one I ain't even opened up, or they didn't even fix anything, and I'm scared to open it up, but I'm not going to pay whatever it is. I'll pay them some, but whenever you're running a service and you cannot fulfill your service, I don't think you should charge somebody full service for it. You know, that's like if I custom planted something for somebody and I made a mess, I wouldn't charge them for it. But that's the main thing, having to run, and you almost saw a green tractor, me driving a green tractor. Brendan Kilgore, Easel, Kentucky. It is a pretty tractor, Richard, after you paint it. I've done lost my train. I've done run off the tracks there. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, services. Yeah, these dealerships, I think it's all red, green. But yeah, you almost saw me in a green tractor. You might before it's all over with. Well, it's not really. I was told it's rare, but or rarer than what's on the other 8.3s. But that's not the problem. It's the Bosch was shut down 4 months last year due to COVID. And Rick Bork, we're just talking about you. For $50, I'll chug the rest of this tea. But and I'm distracted again. Forgot what I was talking about. Oh, it was a shutdown for 4 months. So what supplies they had is depleting, and it's not just Bosch pumps, from my understanding. Tires are getting rare. Yeah, I wouldn't give them much showtime either. No, at this point, I'm just lucky to have something to run. And last Saturday, I would have took a Belarus with a cab on it, as cold as it was. I would love to have a Case 125. Before we bought the 110C, we bought it new. We actually looked at used tractors, and man, they're out of sight. You put a 6-cylinder in one, and they're out of sight. That 110C is a 4-cylinder, turboed up. Rick Bork, you still here? like I said, it's all whatever anybody's used to. Uh, there's probably a lot more John Deere's around here than there is red ones, but the dealerships are further away. And there's no big blue tractors here. And he inherited it. And when we went to talk to him the other day, he had about a 60 horsepower Belarus, and it was air cooled. I thought that was pretty neat. This one was I think he said a 71. Had a loader on it, but it was air cooled. And he said you can actually get parts for them. That's what I figured, you wouldn't be able to get parts for them. There's a New Holland dealership, but they don't carry anything over 125 horsepower, which there's a lot of row crop in here, but there's a lot of hay and cattle. Sweet anymore. So that's unsweet tea. I like it. I like hot sauce and stuff like that. But there used to be some farmers down across state line about 30 minutes here. They had a couple of big blue newer New Holland tractors, but I think they've traded them for John Deere's, or they may still have them. I don't know. I've not seen them in a long time. But I don't even know where you'd go to get a big one around here. All right. I'll tell you about the New Holland H&R deal. H&R bought Farmer Supply to get the New Holland dealership. New Holland wouldn't let H&R have the dealership because bad customer service. So finally I heard the other day that they are getting the dealership, but they've bought out other New Holland dealerships and they push the red tractors, not the blue ones. So New Holland said you've got to push them as much as you do the red ones. So yeah, New Holland's going to crap too. See you, Brandon. Farmer Supply, that's some good people up there. It's distantly related to me, but and I don't blame him for selling out because he's retirement age. He's got a lot up there on the corner, 3 acres, that ain't no telling what he could get out of it. Plus selling the business. Yeah, I'm related to Stan too. Well, that's Stan's brother. Distantly, like, I don't know, great grandmas or something like that was brothers and sisters or great grandparents. But anything else y'all want to talk about, because y'all getting quiet. Getting quiet, and I'm getting antsy. I can't sit for long. Not none. If this chair had air right in it, about 8940, I'd just push a button. But see you later, Nelson. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know who is the green dealer. Is it Tri Green or um, somebody else? My problem is they can't work on anything here. It's not the mechanics' fault. They don't go to school for this newer stuff. Timothy, I actually Ed gave you a shout out a while back, and I subscribed, and I've not never been able to catch a video. See it all, and actually, Timothy, I think I saw you on another live stream, and you're an Alice Chandler's man. Hudson Ag. I've never dealt with Hudson, but I've bought parts and stuff off Tri-Green so far. Uh, what dealings I've had with Tri-Green have been pretty good. Uh, no, no joking though. I may H&R messes with me too much. I may go to a different color. Two gleaners. Gleaners used to be big around here. You still see some running here and there, but most everybody they ran gleaners until a couple years ago. Then they went to 1660s and 2188s. You don't see many gleaner people going to green combine. Uh, and gleaner's not really gleaner anymore. It's Agco. Um, and we've never had a Alice Chandler tractor. But like I said, well, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but one of the reasons why we're international and the 656, no, it wasn't the 656. It was the 500 disc. I have told this story. My grandpa's brother worked at International Harvester in Memphis, and they would demo and use tractors around the yard, and then after they was done with them a few hours, they would sell them to an employee auction. So my great uncle, he bought several and sent to Lawrence County, Tennessee for people, and that's where my grandpa used to get a lot of his equipment. So that's one reason why we remain red, which we've got a Super M that needs to be restored out there in the shop that he bought new in '51. But yeah, we used to have inside information, as you say. Yeah, I've heard of Hudson. I've just never. Sun South is another big deer dealer. Um, I think they're more in Alabama. 784 is good. You know, I look for a versatile dealer. Uh, Closest one around here uh, is in Union City, Tennessee, and that's like 4 hours away. Dylan Joyce just popped up. So I really don't know anything about gleaners. Uh, we used to run Massey Ferguson's back before we got to that 1660. Verstals are pretty tractors. Fence, there's no fence around here. Uh, But the Gleaners, dealing with the Gleaners nowadays, not the same as the Massey's and the Challengers. They may not be, but I thought they was all Agco and just different different paint colors. No Fence, no Versatiles, no Lamborghinis. Uh, just pretty much everything's red, green, and orange. I think my grandpa started out the F2. Yeah, that's where I was looking at, was Union City Versatile, which Dylan, I don't know if I told you this or not. Our sprayer and my 8940 both come from Union City. Well, my grandfather passed away 4 years ago, and I had a scrapyard sitting here. There was one good 750 Massey, and I put everything online, and nobody would ever wanted anything off of it. And I had them for sale for like 2 years, parts, combine, a good one and everything, and headers and everything. Nobody ever buy it, so I sold 3 750s, a 410. We did sell the engine out of the 410. It had the industrial Chevy 6 in it. But I sold all that for scrap, all the headers, everything. And probably got more out of it at that time. Scrap was up than I would have if I sold it out to an individual. But like I said, it was there for sale. Nobody wanted it. And there was I think it was a 915 International. It went to, which it was about rusted. Rusted in the ground. Had to cut trees out away from it, just get it loaded. But the friend I've got the 305 borrowed from, his grandfather and his brother had a Massey Ferguson dealership. And even though my grandpa, everything else he ran was red, he always bought new Massey combines from them because they was good friends. And they were dealers in town. And we used to run a 33 and a 43 Massey Ferguson grain drill in tandem with a Alice Chandler disc in front of it. That's the way we used to roll back in the 80s and 90s, was a 1486 with a 490 21-foot disc would come in first, and then we run a 1066 and an 806. One of them was pulling a 10-foot disc and 10-foot drill, and the other was pulling a 12-foot disc and a 12-foot drill. And that's how soybeans, wheat, Milo, we grew a lot of Milo when I was a kid. That's how everything got planted. And he had no 6-row, he actually had 2 of them, 6-row Alice Chandler no-till planters. And I barely remember running one of them, and then we got a 1,000 John Deere. But you should have kept it. I'm just joking. Actually, ours is, he got a 856 from Memphis. That was a gas burner. And there was a guy here that had an 806 diesel and Nitocasses. And when he had a gas burner, another guy had a diesel 806. For some reason, they swapped engines. I don't know why, they just didn't tractors. Yes, Nitocasses brothers, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. They had a Massey dealership and a they bought grain too at an elevator. And I've got a yardstick hanging up in here in my kitchen. That's a Native Success Brothers yardstick, and I inherited this house from my grandparents, and that was one thing I said. I mean, we've replaced windows, we've painted cabinets, we've gutted rooms, and we've replaced windows, everything. I said, that's one thing I ain't gonna leave. I said, that yardstick is gonna stay up there over that door. And I've had some of the Native Success family try to buy it from me, but it's not for sale. I'll have to show that, I guess, sometime or another. If one of the kids come in here, I'll make them get it down. I'm not wearing any pants. That's the reason why I'm not getting up. No, I'm joking. I can barely remember going up there. Now, are you talking about Native Success, or are you talking about north of town where Tennessee Valley is now? Because they have one of them ramps that dump you, but they don't use it. They have used the scale on it before, but that's all different now. Oh, how long ago has that been? Because there used to be a Massey salvage yard. So they carried a little bit of everything, but they specialized in Massey. But it was a salvage yard, and they could get parts. Paul Case is here, and they all retired except for one of them still farming, but they've shut the business down. Tennessee Implement Parts Service. That was part of the Native Success family. That was actually the Native Success kids after they sold the dealership. They started the salvage yard and was selling parts. Paul Case, what you been into getting in so late? You got me lost on the Gleaners. I don't know much about them. Farming for fun and profits, Ian. Where Dylan and Joyce go? Computer problems. We had a connection problem earlier in this live stream, but I reckon it's settled out now. Yep, everybody got quiet again. We're at 75 minutes. We'll run it a little bit longer. Keeping a low profile. Well, everybody just showed up late, Dylan. My wife is saying hey. With heart emojis. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Timothy's. Well, you got in here late. We've done had the discussion. I'm gonna have to watch Timothy's channel and check out some of this Alice Chandler. Now, my other great uncle, he was Alice Chandler man, and his son and grandson still got his too, and I don't ever remember him having a a combiner, and I just remember him doing some hay. Bipster, I ain't heard nothing out of you in a while. Still here, just listening. Well, I didn't think people enjoyed me rambling on so much. Especially when I get off subject. Somebody says something, I'm talking, and all of a sudden, uh, I get all crossed up. Feeding right now. I don't know, Bipster, have you put any videos up here lately, or am I missing them? So, Jeremy, what do you run? Oh, is it Family Farmer, Tennessee? We just realized we knew each other this morning, or we've met. He's been here at the farm, but it's been several years ago. He come over looking for parts for a Massey combine, off a Massey combine. I forgot what he was using it for, but I met him. It's been what, 3 or 4 years ago. It was before the big scrap haul. I think it was when I was getting ready to unload everything. And I've got a bunch of scrap around here now, but not nothing like I did then. Nothing's been said bad about John Deere tonight, Dylan, so simmer down. You were looking for, was it a turbo or an engine? I can't remember what you was looking for. But whatever I had was not the right thing. Well, it's 79 minutes and 26 people still in here. I can't. You was looking for an engine for a tractor. I don't know what scrap spring in here right now. And it's coming a storm out there. If y'all can hear that. I thought Blue was going to take us over there for a little bit. Had a bunch of Blue people jump in on here. Yep, there he is. I got beans to plant, Richard. Like I said, no, this is just, well, I've done got rid of most of the equipment. I got no crust buster drill that needs to go, but this is disc openers and crap like that I've took off. Well, I got beans to plant and wheat to get out, but hey, it could be worse, I guess. And it's getting time to get all that in. And I used to keep up with the rain gauge. I don't have rain gauge, so I just know it rains a lot. Or don't rain a lot, or it rains a lot. But it was pretty wet this morning, but it dried out. Orange and blue taking over. 27 in here. Hey Mike, I actually sprayed some of ours yesterday. It was first planted, and I was late on spraying it, and some of it was, and I'm 6'2", uh, halfway up my belly. That's late planting or spraying it. Um, but I've just had everything else behind. Southeast Missouri, welcome. It's on the way here. Yep, it'll probably be on the way. You ain't but what, 20 miles from it, 15? So, we're at in southeast Missouri.
I am pooping.
Let me read these comments. I used to have a great uncle that lived in Kennet, Missouri. I don't know if that's close or not. Southwest Missouri. The red jokes of here. I haven't been to Kennet in 30 years. I'm sure it's changed. But my great uncle lived right behind the Kmart in a row of houses. Then right behind him was a wheat field. There's somebody else from Kennet as well. I can't remember who it is, but she's not the only one. Somebody else is from Kennet, Missouri. But yeah, Cheryl Crow's from there, and but there wasn't nothing there but a Kmart and a Sonic. Blue and orange tonight. Blue and orange. She's another libtard. I think. I ain't sure. She did date Kid Rock, so she's got something going for her. So we're at 85 minutes and 23 people. One row cultivating machine. That 24 horsepower needs to have a 0 behind it. I ain't got nothing that big, but you didn't start it. I think it was already there. I just thought it was funny whenever I said something about blue earlier, people started popping up out of the woodwork. Speaking of horsepower, my 8940 is 205 engine horsepower from the factory. When I get my pump, if I ever do get my pump back, it's going to be about 255, 260. Still won't be like the 305, but more power. Yes, sir, Cotton. I've not got the total amount, but I think we're over 800. They've started coming in slow, and all right. Let me tell you about the. I about got the 305 buried. this afternoon. The 5088, we bought it at an auction in Etheridge. And if you're familiar with it, you know where the tractor come from. It was pretty rough. But the horsepower tractor, which it's 135 horsepower from the factory. But you know, you can turn up a red one pretty easy. Well, everybody said there's no way it's 200 horsepower. When we had some work done to it a couple years ago, they put on a dynamometer that would max out at 170. Whether it's 200 horse, Webster, he's Oliver's, just to have one for Minneapolis Mobile. So how's the pulling been going, Webster, Kyle? And everybody's quiet again. Yeah, I had a little soft spot in the 305. It wasn't actually in the field. I was turning around at the edge of the field where a soft spot was, and but I didn't have it in the front wheel assist turned on, and I didn't have the camera rolling, but I did show where I left some ruts. And that would have been something to get the tractor that gets everything stuck. Hello, Emmy. We was mentioned your channel earlier. We was talking about some new channels I'd found and stuff, and trying to get some of these smaller channels that's good channels, some views and some subscribers, and you was brought up. Double GNL, check it out. I can't remember that. Jay Essery. That's one I stumbled across the other day. That's probably a couple of thousand acres of hay that man puts up in New Mexico. That was pretty neat. Hassinger Farms, that's another good channel. And we're going to check Timothy Flugel out. I've just not got around to watching any of his, because it's, by the time I usually come in at night, I ain't got much time to watch much YouTube. And this winter now, I was watching a lot of YouTube, but I've not had much time to watch YouTube. And plus, I don't watch much TV, but a couple years ago, I got in watching Sons of Anarchy, and I binge watched it on Netflix, and just realized there was a spinoff show, Mayans MC, on Hulu, and I've been binge watching it some too. Well, somehow I've got Hulu free on my tablet, and we've got one of them, it's Hassinger. Okay. Well, I didn't know if it was Leighton or Leighton earlier, and he told me Leighton. Hassinger, though, that sounds cooler. You need to change your name, Hassinger. But we got one of them Rokus, and internet here's sucky, so it don't work half time. Well, people keep popping in. Well, Donald's out. See you later, Donald. Yeah, we probably need to close her on up. Greg. You getting any rain, Greg? It's been raining cats and dogs here. see Paul, Bibster, Greg, Amy. We're just on round two is what we're doing. It's not that I'm running late, it's just kinda like a round two of it all. Farming and fun for farming for fun or profit was in here too. Keith just popped in. You're always working, Keith. No, we getting rain right now, Greg. It was you could hear it earlier. But no, we drilled some. Dad drilled some beans today. I sprayed and it dried up enough to do a little disc, and it was a little sticky. But you gotta get done what you can get done. Yep, yeah. I don't see much getting done the next 10 days. And thank you, Nelson. And I've still got a lot to do. I think all of our corn's good on replant. I don't think we have to replant any. What's in Afton, Wisconsin? Yep, we'll be praying for rain in July. I've never been to Wisconsin. That's a cheese capital, ain't it? Oh, tractable. How far is that from you? Actually, they're having the big tractor pull in Lawrenceburg tonight, or was. Starting to bell on Monday. I think we've done got probably close 400 roads. From Fayetteville, Tennessee. Justin, I've got a place for you that they're looking for somebody to cut hay that is about like that steep. Interesting. And 5 points. Actually closer to Appleton than it is 5 points or Mount Zion somewhere. Passed by Tim's place on the way. But yeah, they having the big tractor pull in Lawrenceburg, and it's like that. I always forget about it. Never been to Kansas. Some of it's thick, some of it needs to be sewed down. The flattest needs to be sewed down. They had beans and millet or something on it last year. I actually met another guy, went and looked at it. I was going to partner up on it, and we decided it was the gate openings and stuff. I couldn't have got my sprayer in there, and I didn't want to spray it on them hills with my sprayer. So I'm taking 90 foot. I don't know which way the rain's going. Kansas, Nebraska. I'd like to go to all them places when corn's growing. Which I did take the trek through Missouri last winter, and everything was harvested, and everything was dead. So, but we used to make the trip out to Kenneck quite a bit, and that was when I was a kid. First time I ever seen pivot irrigation, and it just blew me away. Is your windows down to make it rain, or they're just down? Well, everybody's just got quiet. I'm rambling. I'm tired. We're almost at 100 minutes. Everybody's talking amongst themselves. I can't stand the smell after my interior gets wet. I have. It's back last fall. See you, Justin. How many beans? 76, 70. About 146 acres early beans, and then another 60 acres double crop. So, no, about 153 acres full season. If I had my tractor and planter to go in, I could do it in 2 days. But I don't have tractor and planter going. And we may be getting a little help from a friend. But it's going to have to dry out where we can get to it and do it. Well, we're down to 18. And we're at 100 minutes. Thank you. It's all broke down. Most of it is. We cutting hay with it, but I may hook it to the field cultivator. I don't know if we'll put it through a workout. I don't, because I've been disking and I need to hook. I need to smooth it up more. Disc just ain't getting it, not like I want it. That was the whole purpose of disking, was to smooth up the farm. And see you, Justin. And I disked it last December and left it rough on purpose, and we're gonna smooth up this spring, and just tractors and rain and breakdowns. Yeah, they do. And like I said, I always miss it somehow or another. It will and it won't. It's a vacuum planter. And that is, even with, I'm running a PTO pump. So it worked. My planter was just meant for power, like a power shift where you keep your RPMs up. But if you're like hitting a ditch or something like that, where you can gear down and cross that ditch and have your RPMs up. I've run the planter with the 5088 when I first got it, and that was the problem that we had, is if I had to slow down, it wasn't running the RPMs to run the vacuum. And I've had a little bit of vacuum problems this year, so I'm gonna have to investigate that. But most of the corn, I'm satisfied with the stand on it. But Yeah, and the two 1066s, they stay busy doing other things, cutting and raking hay, and so. But that planter is a pretty heavy planter, so it'd be a pull for the 1066. I've got some. Most of it looks good. The first field and I didn't show much of it in the video. I tried to make it look good, but the video coming out tomorrow. That first field where I had the population problems. Most of the field looks good, but there's some spots where it was. I don't know what was going on with the planter at the time. I knew I was having problems, but overall it's pretty good. And the fields I sprayed today, they look really good. So I'm not complaining too much. A white planter. You like your white planter? Because I've heard good things about white planters. I know the Corn Star. Somebody threw up the 305 on me earlier. The Corn Star has one. He runs whites. Cyclo. I've never run a Cyclo planter. I think you got to know what you're doing to run one of them. And I've learned that with a vacuum planter because the first year I had my 1200. Like I said, I was running the wrong tractor. Well, first year I didn't even have a PTO pump. I was trying to run it off the tractor hydraulics, and it done good until I turned around at a road and set it back down. It would leave about 12 foot where it was trying to build up pressure in the, in the vacuum, and it'd be about a 12, 15 foot gap from the end rows to when I'd start planting again. Oh, that's a question. I was born on the farm. Uh, Back when I got out of school, um, I'd farmed a little bit on my own, but I worked as a machinist. And I really didn't come. I've always worked on the farm, but worked a different job until. I don't know if we're going to be back. Are we back? Bunch of people left, so we're gonna call it a night. And because I keep losing signal, and a bunch of people just left, and so let's just go ahead and call it a night. We'll do it again in another 2 weeks. See everybody, and thank everybody for stopping in.